Here, and in today's video, welcome to my 3-day boot camp per se. I don't know the exact definition, how to say this. I don't want to sound like a guru here, but this is going to be my 3-day ultimate guide to making $100,000 per month in real estate wholesaling. This is going to be my ultimate scaling guide. I did not want to I did not want to make it small enough where like I have to talk about the whole thing within an hour or 2 hours. I wanted to take 3 entire whole days with you guys to show you what a legitimate 3-day seminar, boot camp type thing of scaling your real estate wholesaling business to $100,000 per month. Everybody knows next week is the 30-day wholesaling challenge where we're going to bring everyone from beginner all the way up to make $100,000 per year. For a full month, we're doing that. So, hey, why don't I this week help my advanced people out? So this video is going to show you exactly from start to finish how to go from $100,000 per year to $1 million per year. I'm going to give you everything I know, all my systems, my guide, the business structure, everything. So step 1, 2, and 3, I'm going to get a 3-part series. So today, tomorrow, the next day, Rickens going to hop on tomorrow and then the next day and share everything we know. Legit, like I swear to you guys right now, if I was a guru type person like selling this information, I would legit probably charge 10 grand to be in a Marriott, whatever, or a Ritz Carlton and be in a room of like 50 people, type of those little, like cute little mastermind things. We'll go on a yacht after, and probably on it legit, I would probably do this. Like I could if I wanted to, obviously I don't, but I would put 50 people in a room, charge them $10K each. And I'm telling you right now, I'd probably, $500,000, right? Is that right? I mean, I'll probably be $500,000, right? If I charge $10K each one, yeah, about $500,000 for 3 days, I could probably do. And just show 50 people exactly how to go from $100K legit to $1 million. And here's the problem. Every guru is going to charge you 10 grand for this. If you're making $100K, we're going to spend $10K to learn the system. I'm going to show you exactly today. So we're going to break that down today. I'm going to show my $100K per month systems guide. So this is basically going to be 3 days. So guys, I'm taking my sweet time on this one. This is what it's going to be. So day 1, which is today, we're going to break down business structure. I want to do a broad view of the business structure, how that works. Day 2, we're going to basically do systems implementation, actually how to start taking the action, the actionable steps. And then on day 3, Ricken's going to hop on here and we're actually going to break down how to put the business on autopilot. So this is basically a 3-step system, how to actually figure out how the system works. Day 1 was just today. Day 2, we're actually going to be putting the action in place. And day 3, we're going to show you how to get out of the business while making the same amount of money. So you can be working 4 or 5 hours a week at most, like I am in my real estate wholesaling business, and show you everything you need to know. And that sounds like something you're willing to do, you're excited for doing. I'm excited to break it down. So if you're excited for this one, do me one huge favor and smash that like button and subscribe. And we're going to break down how to make $100K per month in the systems guide. But hey, if we are doing this just like a 3-day seminar, which you are inside right now, I literally could only teach this to 50 people or share to thousands, tens and hundreds of thousands of people, which I'm doing today. We're treating it like an event. You're here. You're ready to go. So if you're excited for this, if you are ready to get it going, if I had an event, I would hire a hype man to come in. He's going to bring the DJ in and get you guys excited, jacked up, ready to go before I get the information. So you're in an excited, energetic state and you're ready to go. So if you're excited for this one, get our hype man, get you guys excited, jacked up, and then we're going to teach this information, guys. This is life-changing stuff. The gurus don't show this because I'm here to show you. If you're excited, if you're ready to go, it's wholesaling time, baby. Get out of bed. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and they got go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
got it, guys. We're ready to go. So we got you guys hyped up, ready to go. So without further ado, let's get in the information. We're ready, guys. I eat, sleep, breathe this business, and I'm excited. I'm excited to share it. So before I actually break it down today, I do want to tell you 99% of all gurus out here that teach you scaling systems, implementation of this, they use this book. It's called Traction from Gino Wickman. I'm just being completely honest with you. It's called Traction from Gino Wickman. This is a book that is basically every guru systems scaling guide for wholesaling real estate. Basically puts their seminar based off of this book. It's FYI for everyone out here. It costs $17. They will charge you 10 grand and teach you how to use the $17 tactic. I'm not going to break it down too much, but it teaches a lot of great stuff. Visionary integrators. It shows you the entire spiel of how to scale just a general business. And we kind of put it in wholesaling, and that's their spin. I'm going to basically show you today. But if I had to, if you had to buy a book, which, you know what, these books are on PDFs online for free. Your friend probably has one. So FYI, go to local library, get something like this. But if you just go look this up, if you had to buy a book, I would buy this book. I don't even personally know Gino, but this is definitely when I started scaling up. Definitely something I have used. And if you're going to pay money in this business, $17 for this book, it's amazing. I don't know the guy, but oh my gosh, amazing book. A lot of the systems that I implement in my business are actually done on this. Every guru will use this book for an example. So that being said, we're going to put that back here. Oops. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. So let's break it down. So number one, scaling to 100K per month. All right, take some notes, guys and gals. This is always recorded. But in this series, I'm going to show you effectively how to scale up your wholesaling real estate operations from $100,000 per year, working about 40, 60 hours a week, I'm guessing for you, to about $1 million plus per year, working 5 hours a week. That's exactly what I'm going to show you. And everyone sounds like, oh my God, this is where Zach's going to sell me a course. This is Zach's pitch for this. This everything I give is for free. This is the thing. There's just no like upscale, upcharge on. This is everything I have. Like it's absolutely for free. And I'm giving it all out right now. So this is legit. Like, I'm not going to charge for this info. Okay. I'm here to give it all for free. Just FYI for everyone. It's all for free. So who am I? So my name is Zach Ginn. Me and my father, Rick Ginn, have scaled up basically our wholesaling operations. We basically combined them about a couple of years ago. 3 years ago. I always forget. You know, the panoramic always like takes a year off of everything. But basically, we combined our businesses and scaled it up to around 7 figures, effectively working around 10 hours a week. So I usually about 5 in it. He's got 5 into it. And we could cut it off a little more, but we like to have our hands in it. And working about 5 hours gives us the best, you know, not insane amount of like crazy office employees, but where like we keep our sanity and we don't work too much. But I still want to have my hand in the business a little. So I can teach you guys it. And we also run, like FYI, like a ton of other type of businesses out here. We don't get into it because we specifically talk about real estate investing and wholesaling. I'm not going to be this guy talking about other things, but we run a ton of other businesses. So we work all the time. Just in wholesaling specifically, it's around 10 hours combined for us. And we make most of our money from that still. I want to give you an FYI. Just there's 2 types of scaling systems. For 100K a month, and I'm going to show you the different types. There's a guru way, and then there's the Ginn flippeth rake away. I'm going to show you the differences between them. So most guru sales, courses, systems, boot camps, webinars, whatever special name they have for it, you know, mastermind sessions, whatever you're going to call it, they're going to cost you between 15 to 20,000 for like the real legit stuff, like the legit scaling stuff. It's going to be about 15, 20K. They're going because I've been asked to speak at these things. Okay. And I've been offered, you know, to go speak at them. I don't, but they basically force you to get a flashy office, these scaling systems, you know, 50 plus sales staff and employees. And at the end of the day, they usually make around 30% margins and they got like 7, 8 partners. Right? It just, honestly, that's how a lot of these are. And let me kind of break down the guru fallacy for this. I know this is a bunch of information, but I wanted to show you. So the guru fallacy is basically, I make $10 million a year, all flashy, right? They work about 70 hours a week. They usually spend 50 hours a week in Zooms for coaching calls and about 20 hours in the real business. They're pushing you a car, they're flexing a watch. They're roughly at the end of the day about 30% margins. They'll tell you 40 or 50, but it's really 30. We've seen the back ends on some of these. Some of these gurus come to us and ask us how we get better margins. I'm not mentioning names, not being mean. We actually help some people out for free because we try to be nice. But this guy's claiming 10 million, and 10 million's pushing it. But there's people out here claiming 10. I'm getting a lot of trouble for this, but I really don't care. But basically $10 million, if they have a 30% margin, which basically after paying everyone, employees, overhead, all this, they're netting 3.33 million. Now, if they have 4 partners, quote unquote, that means they're netting $833,000 after everything. So they paid about 9.2 million in expenses, and they're netting 833,000. That's kind of scary. You got overhead of 500K a month of just fixed costs, offices, R&D, direct mail coming out. Like that's outside of commissions, right? And the problem is if the business hicks up or something, you're losing 500K a month, and like you get sick or something, you're losing 500K a month. And if you're losing 500K a month and you're only making 833, you're burning through your entire salary for the year in 1 month. And that's a very scary business. And someone like Rick that's been through the 2008 crash, like you could lose everything. And this is how these gurus go broke and lose everything. Like you go hard or go home, right? And I don't like it. And they're always over levered. Like they all got all this debt. They're buying these insane complexes that they're just buying for retail. Never good. So let's say your guru's claiming to make 5 million, right? They're netting 400K at the end of the year. And if they dare be broke enough to claim 3 million with their 4 partners, they're netting like $250,000 to 275. This type of business is work, stress. You legit have a job. Like you're working 70 hours a week to make $275,000. That is a stupid job. I do not like that at all. You don't want it. Like who wants to live like that? I don't. And this comes back to why gurus push coaching. And I just want everyone to understand where I'm coming from when I come to my scaling guide. They can't make that business work. Most of them can't scale effectively because they're trying to be flashy. And they make more money selling the information than in the business. I get it. You make $1 million only working 50 hours a week. It's better than netting 250 after the partners and you don't have to spend 9.2 million or not, And then you use the system. They give you the system that put them in the issue they're in, and they're going to push that problem onto you. So understand when someone teaches about scaling, they're pushing their issue that they have with those low margins to you. And it's not good when you got that going. And so let me show you like what my guide looks like. This is what I teach. And this is what I'm going to show you. This is where these gurus come to me and be like, hey, how can I make my margins better? And all this stuff. Nobody effectively averages a $50,000, $60,000 per deal like we do in wholesaling real estate. And we got the checks to prove it, right? We're doing $100,000 deals effectively every single month now because we get our systems in place. It took me a while to get there, but we're making millions of dollars per year, running 60 to 70% margins. And that's because we like paying our people very well. We are effectively, me and Rick, working about 5 hours a week. You could do 10, you could go back to 5, right? It really depends. Now, what we do now, this is kind of what my business is per se. Everyone knows why I teach, why I like teaching wholesaling. I teach wholesaling. People learn a lot, and sometimes they send deals to me. We're making a lot of money on JV deals. I just, FYI for everyone watching this, I do a lot of real estate wholesaling deals because you guys send me a lot of deals. I make most of my money legit in my own business, making my $50,000, $60,000 deals. But like, I'm splitting like $20,000, $30,000 checks with y'all. Like, it's fun. Like I enjoy doing deals with the subscribers. And that is my end goal right here. This is why I help teach people out. Like, hey, if I can help you make $1 million per year and you start virtually wholesaling and you send me some deals and we split them, you're going to make a lot. Like my success is your success. Like when I do well, I teach you it and you do well. Sometimes you send me deals and we both make money. It's a win-win for everyone. And the United States is a really big place. You do a lot of virtual wholesaling. So FYI, we make a lot of extra dough from just doing JV deals on top of that, which we're going to show you too today, how you can start doing JV deals with people. Other way, probably not in the scale that we are, just because most people don't have the subscriber base that we do. But we're probably the largest YouTube channel that is JVing actively with the subscribers. So it's working well for us. So JV deals on top of that, basically 100% profit per se. Like obviously I got to pay my people, my dispo team on it, but you got to remember too that like if I can do 5 to 10 like 10 $15,000 deals per month, that's like it's a good amount, y'all. Like I'm just telling you, like if I can make like 100K a month on just JV deals and I give like my people like a 15% cut on that and then I cut that in half, it's a pretty healthy amount. You know, you can almost make $1 million just from YouTube, from just teaching people. It's pretty cool. And I do deals and it gives me a better pulse on the industry. I don't have an office. I have very low overhead and there's very, very low stress in my business. That's the coolest part about it. Like you guys see what like I'll go travel somewhere for like I'll go out of the country for like a couple of weeks. I don't have to deal with it. You know, like this gurus I have to go on like weekend getaways. It's like I go on a 2-month getaway. You know, still make the same amount of money. And that's my problem. I want to tell you is the way I do this, the way I'm going to structure this today, so everyone understands is I have family. If you know this channel, if you know the way I do it, the way Rick do it, the way we preach on this channel, family over everything. You know, you put your family first, your health and your finances. Like if you can have these in place, that's what everything is. And I value spending time with my family and my friends. Just FYI, I do not want to be working 100 hours a week. I love making a lot of money and I love spending time with my family. I'm going to show you exactly how you can do both of them. You know, if I don't have any kids, you know, I have no pets, right? But if I had a kid, you know, in the future or something like, and I was married with like a family, I would want to spend every waking moment with my family, you know, and I want you to understand why you got in this business for freedom. I don't want you guys in this business to start working 100 hours a week and then you're away from your family. You know, that you're almost better off at the job. So I want to show you exactly how to effectively live the life of your dreams. FYI, guys, like I make enough money passively. Like I make a ton of money wholesaling. I put that into passive income and I don't have like I could just go ghost on everyone and live the rest of my life, you know, on a nice beach condo somewhere and just never deal with anyone ever again. So it's very low stress, you know. And that's what I want to teach you today. No one really teaches about this. And it's fun, you know, you start turning, I love video games. I love it starts turning into a video game, you know, like how do you keep pushing the numbers, right? It's fun. So here's the last thing I want to bring up with you. And then we're going to get into the kind of the business structure today. But let me break down the deal numbers issue. And this is something not like a lot of beginner wholesalers get caught up in. This is kind of like the shiny object syndrome. And I want people to understand this, but stop getting caught up in the amount of deals that someone's bragging about, the amount of deals you should be doing. You should be focusing more on the net. Is the title of this 3-day seminar type thing, whatever you want to call it, is this a how to do 10 deals a month? No, this is how to do 100K a month. If you want to make 100K a month, you effectively could do 2 deals a month. Like if my average margin is 50K, that's 2 deals a month technically. Now I do more than that, obviously, but that's 2 deals per month if you know how to make those systems correct. I'm not telling you how to do that. I'll show you how to do more. But don't get caught up in the amount of deals. And just understand, you have your local guru, coach, or whatever. They're like, oh, I did 20 deals in a week. Or you go to someone else, say, I did 2 deals this week. What sounds sexier? What's going to sell the most courses? What's more stressful? And you're going to be like, oh, 20 deals is way better. Let's kind of break down the numbers, right? Because the average amount of deals people are doing, it's kind of getting crazy. So this is something that took me a while to wrap my head around. And this is something that's very shocking to most people, but it's true. One $3,000 assignment deal requires the same amount of work as a $100,000 assignment deal. I'm going to get flack for this, but that is the honest truth. I will fight anyone tooth and nail about this. I've done $100,000 assignments. I've done $1,000 assignments. Every single assignment deal requires the same amount of work. It is the same process. You're going through the same hoops with the seller. You're writing the same contract, the same EMD, same title company, same buyer, more or less. You're just getting a better price. The buyer's basically buying the same price. There's just more motivation. And that's why we make money. You make money in this business by the amount of problem you solve per deal. So if it's a huge problem, aka a really, really big problem deal, you're going to make 100K. there's not a lot of problems. They just, they wanted to get rid of it, but they don't want to at the same time, you're going to make 3K. It really depends on the problems you're solving. And so if you're bragging about doing 20 deals and your average deal is 3K, which a lot of people are doing 3K average deal, nothing wrong with that. But a lot of these gurus are pushing it and they're making 3,000 average a deal. If you actually look at this, they're making 60K a month. And they're spending around 2 hours. You look at comping, acquisitions, dispo. Conservatively, they're spending 2 hours per deal. That's 40 hours of manpower, woman power you have to put in to get those 20 deals. 20 deals is stressful. Also, you got to pay your VAs per deal. Like the transaction coordinator stress. That's 20 closings. It's just a lot. It makes it a lot more difficult. It's 20 follow-ups you have to do. It's a lot more. Versus if you do 2 deals at 50K each, you're making 100K. You're making more money. Literally 3 hours per deal. I'm going to do an extra hour on the appointment. Guys, if you spend an extra hour on the appointment, you're going to make that extra money. And everyone knows from my acquisitions guide, it is legit all about it. And that's 6 hours of work. You are legitimately saving yourself 34 extra hours a week, which makes it a lot easier for you in your wholesaling business. It makes the podio simpler. It makes things a lot more simpler. So at the end of the day, the guy's doing 2 deals at 50K is just showing the person bragging about doing 20 deals at 3K. Now, I know the fugazi on the outside makes it look more attractive, but it is not. Okay. This is the more or less the Bill Gates, Warren Buffett type thing versus the baller on the balling rapper. You think the rapper is worth more money because he has a gold chain and gold teeth and the Rolls Royce, but Warren Buffett's pulling up on his caddy on his regular house with billions of dollars. He owns like a quarter, 5% of Apple or something stupid. And he's just buying up Geico and stuff. Right? So that's something you guys got to understand. It is a huge difference. And there's nothing wrong with doing 20 deals. But why would you do 20 deals at 3K if you can effectively change some of your systems and change that to 30K? And a lot of people are leaving a lot of money off the table. So guys, if my method sounds better, if that's something you want to learn today, my business structure for it, do me a favor and smash the like button and subscribe. I do ask for people to do that. Helps me reach more people so I can help the most amount of people out there in this business. And I always say this is the honest truth, but guys, every time you like this video, another guru sheds a tear. So make them ball today. Okay. But that's what it is. So let's get into systems, guys. I'm excited for this one. I'm excited to share my systems out today and show you. So without further ado, let me show you what the business structure looks like so you can understand this. This is what basically a good system will be. Let's just do like rough numbers. Like I'm a little above this type thing, but like if you're just roughly trying to make 100K, going from 100K a year to 100K a month, $1 million plus, this is really what it's going to be looking like. So this is basically the 100K a month wholesaling system. And more or less, this is what ours looks like. It's a tad different. Our market is a little more different. But for most operations, virtual, like if this is kind of close to my virtual operations, but you got you at the top, right? And then you basically have a COO. And this is going to be kind of a day 3 type thing, the COO, but they're kind of doing your job and kind of delegating you off to a point. That's going to be kind of the parachute out of here. But we're going to break that down kind of at day 3. But at COO, we have the 3, like I make this business really simple, and that gives me the best choice here. We got marketing, acquisitions, and dispositions. Just understanding, guys and gals, this is what it looks like. Acquisitions, marketing, and dispositions. It makes it a lot more simple, ladies and gentlemen. Really, that is what your business is looking like. So just understand that today, that this is what that system looks like. Acquisitions, marketing, disposition. So let's go from left to right here. For our marketing department, I call it department, but this can all be done virtually. We have a VA marketing manager, and they are going to be managing basically the VAs to a point. Now, your COO is really going to be on top of things, but really, wholesaling comes down to delegation. This is finding someone to do the task that you don't like. And this is really what we're going to get harder in this on the implementation side on this. But VA marketing manager, we're going to have a cold calling VA. We're going to have an SMS VA, and then we're going to have a list pulling VA. Honestly, if you're doing virtually, cold calling and SMS is like, we have the SEO people. People like, obviously this is something that you can change. So if you're making a ton of money on like pay-per-click, right? You can have a pay-per-click VA. Like you can have a Facebook ads thing. Like if you want to do door knocking, right? So like for marketing, I'll have a VA marketing manager take over the VAs. And then on like in my business, I have an extra line here where I have my VA marketing manager per se. It's more my COO that deals with it, but like you could have just a general marketing manager too if you want. That gets kind of more marginy. Like I'm not the biggest fan of that. That's kind of more for a bigger operation, but you're going to have someone that is overlooking. Usually the COO will have a drawing for dollars person kind of on the same level as the VA there. Do the drawing for dollars leads, and then that gets pushed into the cold calling VA. And they kind of do the marketing, guys. Marketing is going to be the most important. So my cold calling VA is going to cold call, SMS. The most VAs are really going to be on the cold calling side. Now, list polling VAs, there's multiple list polling VAs. Now, my COO here, in this theoretical situation, they're going to be pulling the PropStream list. They're going to be pulling the ZachGinn.com, the ListREI.com list, and then the list polling VAs are going to be pulling the probates, the government lists, and all that fun jazz. And really, the COO might have to go pull a water shutoff list if like you need someone to go call them. You know, like a VA is probably not going to be the best for that. But we put a lot of the situations on the COO on this situation, but obviously other type of people. So that's kind of how the marketing side is per se. Like I don't want to get too complicated on this, but that's how that's done. Now acquisitions. This is where I am a lot different than people. People have like a acquisitions manager, like a Michael Scott type guy, and then have acquisition staff. I just have the COO look over the acquisitions manager. The truth is, acquisitions is so important. It is the most important one of like all of these of like management styles. Like if to hire the right one, acquisition is going to be the most important. Now, marketing is the most important one, but the training and everything, like the most intense one for this, the hardest hire, the hardest one to train, the hardest one in this whole, the biggest bottleneck for success here. The marketing, I get 15, like I get a marketing person for each type of person watching this. That's really easy. Marketing is the most important one, but for hiring, it is the easiest and cheapest. Unfortunately, acquisitions is the most difficult one because you have to train them the right way. You have to show them actually how to get a system right and place the training so they can be making 50, 60,000 per deal. Because if you do it wrong, like you're going to make 5, 10K like the average wholesale, and then you're screwed, right? And you don't want to be doing that. The implementation process too is you don't want to train an acquisitions person too much to a point because then they're just going to do their own business. And we have people leave all the time for that. And then there's systems around that too. I'll be sharing too. And then also on this one, we have the kind of the managers there. So you can have one. I prefer an acquisitions manager, and then I prefer a virtual one. So I prefer having two. They're always going to be different the way you do it. You honestly, at the end of the day, like at most with my system, you need three. Like 3 acquisitions managers at most. I like 2. Like for most people, 2 is going to be your best one. 3 is really when you have like a big JV department and like you're really going to be pushing that. And that's kind of like dispo and acquisitions combined into one is going to be like a JV one. It's kind of a new branch per se, but really like don't focus on the JVing too much. Do your own market first. And then we have dispositions. So basically dispositions needs 1 to 2 agents depending on volume you have. And then you're going to have a cash buyer VA. And that cash buyer VA is going to just be focusing 100% on pulling cash buyers and qualified cash buyers for you. And they get paid per hour, and they get a pretty good amount of money per qualified cash buyer. And that's how we build a lot of good lists. And that's really all you need for churning an operation really well. The next question here is, here's my favorite one. You know, it's like, you pay all this money for the seminar and they teach you this, and you're like, how much do you pay them? They're like, oh, I don't know. And they're like, well, you got to figure that out. It's crazy the way they do it. So let me show you exactly how you pay these people. So I changed the bottom right one because we kind of upped it a little more from last time, just because of things. But really what we do is your COO should be getting about 10% of all your deals. And then you give them a base pay. That's usually what we found the best to be, because they got to make more than the acquisitions manager. Your VA marketing manager, they roughly should be making about $50 per deal, and then about $200 a week. Like if they're really pushing things and they're managing really well, I don't see any problem with that if you're running an effective operation. Obviously, it's one hire at a time, right? And basically, the VAs there, they're going to get paid $25 per appointment they get, $40 per deal, and then basically $4 to $5 an hour, closer to $6 now. That list VA is probably closer to $7. I'll add an extra dollar onto that. Things do change, and obviously, we're making more money. We want to pay our people better. Acquisitions manager is roughly 10% of the deal. If they're doing 3-4 deals themselves, and your average deal is $40K, that's pretty. Like, I mean, they're making like $12K a month. You don't want to cap them, and it's good. Like honestly, most that's perfect, right? And then your COO is going to do well too. Now that base pay is dependent on like what you're going to do. You could do, I don't know, like each one's different, right? Like you could do 3K a month, 2K a month, 5K a month. Like it depends how good that COO is. It depends how much the burn they're putting off. Now, if you're working 5 hours a week, you're probably going to push them to 4K, 4 to 5K a month. Like if they're making good, like you're in the multiple millions, you can push that to 6K a month. Like it really depends, right? And then it just like it really depends on the base, right? And then you go to dispositions, right? I really like to pay my dispositions people. It depends if they're doing the assignment. Now, if they are doing like a wholesale on it, they're going to get about 8% of the deal, probably 5 to 6. Like obviously, if you're making less, you got to give them more of the deal. And if you're making more, you give them less. And the cash buyer VA is $6 an hour, and we usually give them 20 to $25 for a qualified cash buyer. And that is roughly how much we pay our people. And that's pretty much the cost of things. So that is our guide. That is our business structure here. Let me know in the comments if you have questions about that. But really, that's the way we do it. It's not for the faint of heart, right? And these hires have to be done one at a time. Okay. One at a time. It's going to get easier and easier and easier. So really, like we're going to get an implementation on the systems, like who to hire first. I'll give you a quick spoiler. You really got to start with the tasks that are making you the least amount of money to the most amount of money. So what is getting paid the most? What's getting paid the least, right? And that's really how I figure it out. So number one, probably a cold calling VA is number one, then an SMS, and then a list pulling VA, then a VA manager. Figure out marketing, acquisitions. We like to do the acquisitions training, and then probably dispose last. But like the last hire is acquisitions manager, but they're going to take forever. And then COO technically last, but like depends on it really depends per se. But yeah, the COO is basically who you should be. Like you don't need a COO, but like that COO is going to be working 40 hours a week, making sure the whole operation is going smooth. And most people are their own COO, and they're going to cost the most money. Now you can be like 80, 90, you'll probably be at 80% margins without the COO. And then they kind of bring it in, but like you're not working the business anymore. And that's pretty cool. So the last part here is let's kind of talk about the truth here of scaling in this business. But scaling requires delegation. And I think everyone knows that. Like what I said, this is one hire at a time. There are growing pains when it comes to scaling your operations. And like I'm going to always say, but you, especially when you're starting to scale out your business, just understand that you will work more. You're going to make less money the first 1 to 3 months when it comes to scaling than if you weren't. You have to understand that coming in. You're going to make less money and work more and be more stressed your first 3 months in scaling than you are if you're not. And that's because you're just spending time training and you're paying them and they're not making really any effective money. The money comes when you train them. And that is the growing pains you're going to have to understand when it comes to scaling. No one talks about this. It doesn't sell courses. It's not the sexiest, most attractive thing, but that's the truth. That's what it's going to require. So that being said, that is my business structure. Take your screenshot. This is on the YouTube channel. Flip with Rick on YouTube, Zach Ginn on YouTube. We got the Rick on YouTube, Wholesaling Houses for Reals watching. Everyone's watching this. So you can just take a quick screenshot and just understand that. It will make a lot more sense to you. And then kind of what we're going to do tomorrow is talk about how to implement that system, like what actual steps you should be taking, and then how to train tomorrow too, how to effectively run the system. And then day 3 is going to be the autopilot type thing. Now, y'all owe me about $5,000 for just showing this today. So smash that like button, subscribe as your payment. But what I want to do is, obviously, we are doing our one-on-one calls today. So I'll be talking to those people also. But really what I want to do is talk to you guys on the comments and see what questions you have on this. And then on the one-on-one calls, we're going to get to everyone today on the one-on-one calls. But if anyone has a scaling question per se, we'll take that first. So let me go to the questions here on the comments and see what we have. So let's see. So good question here. Saying that should be a bare minimum devoted productive hours, should be around 5 hours if you're scaled it correctly. I would say about 40-ish, like for wholesaling. And really, if you get your first deal, it's only going to require 10 hours a week, or I'd say 15 if you really want to do it. But yeah. All right, let's see here. Let's see. How much do you pay these positions? I already showed you exactly. We'll put that chart up too. I'm looking forward to getting my life back. Savannah's ready to start scaling up. I love it. I love seeing that. It makes me happy. It makes me excited. Jack says, I don't think this is live, bro. Oh my gosh. Do I really have to do this? Flex on the people here. Hold up. We'll put up time.gov again, which I always got to do just to show you this is a live video. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Y'all see this live. There's always like a 5-second delay with YouTube, but yeah. All right. Y'all see this live. So I'm telling you, twin deals is a headache. And for a lot of people, it seems very stressful. I don't know why. A lot of people they get so excited to brag about, oh, I'm doing 40 deals. I'm like, okay, what's your margin, right? Like, no one tells you, no one brags about the net at the end of the day. I feel like I'm the only person that brags about net at the end of the day. It makes no sense. So Jose, what is up, man? CO makes sure it goes smoothly in order. What do you do when this is functioning in place? Basically for 5 hours. So my role here, like what I do for my 5 hours is basically there's daily meetings and there's weekly meetings, right? And I'll probably hop on the weekly meetings. Not the really daily ones. I don't need to, but I'll hop on for like 30 minutes. So that's 30 minutes of it. We kind of break down exactly what to do with deals per se. The COO is the best for it. But per se, we'll show you kind of how me and Rick do it. But really got to figure out what you're going to do with the deal, right? We're breaking down the deal, right? And one thing that I'm working on really closely too is focusing more on the creative deals we get. Like what should we be doing on this? What should be on the other side of the businesses? For example, we have some deals where we'll lock up like a fourplex, and then me and Rick got to figure out hey, should we rent this one? Should we just buy this one and just rent it out, right? And because we got a bunch of cash, and we're just yeah, we should do that. That's where some of those decisions are made, right? I'll probably spend some hours just working with the COO again, maybe an acquisitions training session with the people, cold calling, just teaching those people a little bit about it, and basically kind of keep morale up. Make sure everyone's doing their place. And then usually if someone's got to step up to the plate per se, I might have to work a little more during that week. For example, if we lose an acquisitions manager, they're sick, they get the panoramic or something, and the COO has to be an acquisitions manager, I'll kind of take the role a little if I have to. Roughly kind of turns out to 5 hours. Let's see what the questions we got here. VA company quoted me $3,000. You should not use a VA company. You got to get your own VA. Raphael, you should not be doing in-house employees. Yeah, the whole office thing, you're not going to like that, man. I promise you're not going to be a big fan of it. Also, guys, you want to learn wholesaling for free? Go to the bottom here. Go to freewholesaling.com. That is the largest wholesaling course. Teach you basically how to go from 0 to 100 and then 100 to 1 million. My other scaling guides are on there. So FYI for everyone on here. Gonna ask here from Jay how to hop on the coaching calls. Very simple. All you gotta do here is go to Wholesaling Houses for Real on Facebook, join the group, and the link will be on the top. I'll show you how to do this. So here we're at Wholesaling Houses for Real. We're almost at 50,000 people. That's pretty cool. We're helping the people out, and I am like beyond blessed that you guys are giving us the support and love. So it means a lot, guys. So right here, shared a link an hour ago. 3-day, 100K a month scaling event starts today. Click here. This will bring me to the YouTube video of it. This is join call. I click here, and then I join the call to hop on, talk to me one-on-one for free. Got a lot of people on here, which is awesome. So basically, that is how it works on there. It is pinned to the top, and that is how you join Wholesaling Houses for Real. So we'll do that really quick, and then we'll answer some questions, and then we'll do this. And you guys, remember, everyone, if you want to join the challenge for June, people watching 2 years from now watching this is probably going to be confused of what this June challenge is, but I'll bring it up too, just so we understand that. And I'm going to put the link on the bottom here, guys. So if you want to join the wholesaling 30-day wholesaling challenge that I'm doing, is a 30-day challenge for wholesaling real estate, where if you can get your first deal within a month, you will be winning a ton of awesome prizes from me. And then basically for the month of June, I'm going to be releasing a video, basically a free course for the entire month from day 1, teaching you what is wholesaling, from day 30 of everything at the end of wholesaling, like how to do the entire process, cash buyers, walkthroughs, virtual markets, everything. I'm literally legit for June. It's going to be a video a day. We're probably going to do 2 lives a week, and then basically 5 recorded videos, just because I'll be out of the country a lot and insane. Like I'll be all over the place for June, all over the country. So it will be probably 2 lives a week, and then 5 recorded ones. And then each day is going to be like here, blah, 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 day 1, and then day 2, day 3, day 4. And it's going to be for 30 days. Basically everyone can kind of get hopped on and started, because we have so many people starting out brand new. So if you want to join the challenge, just go to www.flipwithrick.com/June. Email support@flipwithrick.com your information year before, that you've never gotten a deal and you're ready for it. And then once you just make the email, you're going to be submitted in the challenge, and then hop on when you get your first deal, and then you will be in the winner. And some of the big winners are we're going to give a couple year subscriptions to PropStream away. We're going to give away clothes. We're going to give away shirts, free calls, exclusive stuff. It's going to be really cool. Like, it's going to be really exciting. We're really excited. So just go to www.flipwithrick.com/June, and you'll be on there. One thing though, if you are going to win any of these prizes, you are going to have to be a member of Wholesaling Houses for Real, and you're going to actually be a member of freewholesaling.com. That is the requirement on there. And you're going to get a lot of cool prizes. It's going to be really fun. So www.flipwithrick.com/June. The only people who are not allowed in that challenge are people that already have done real estate wholesaling deals. So if you've already done your first deal, I'm sorry, this is not that month is not for you. This is a month just basically of bringing everybody who's never gotten a deal. We are pushing people hard. Like, I am pushing a lot of people hard to finally get their first deal. And I think this is going to be the month where, yes, we're going to break down a lot of beginner stuff for the month. That's why we're doing the big scaling system like this week. And then obviously we're going to do some lives where, I might, show you what to do for 30 minutes, and then maybe have an hour and a half where I can teach someone who's trying to like scale up a little more. So it's going to be for everyone. So I'm excited. Someone's asking, like, say it slower. So www.flipwithrick.com/June. Again, I'm going to say it one last time. www.flipwithrick, FLIPWITHRICK.com/June, the month of June, JUNE, and you'll hop on. That'll be exciting. And then that 30-day challenge will actually be an extra module in freewholesaling.com. So from 2 years from now or something, I think we're going to do this challenge every year, but like in 2 years from now, if you're just starting out and you're like, oh my gosh, there's a challenge, you can watch the videos for 30 days and actually do your own challenge in those 30 days. It's going to be a win-win for everyone. It's going to be really exciting. I'm excited for it. So we're really excited for this one. So it's going to be huge. I think a lot of people are going to get a lot of good information from it. So I'm excited. Let's see. Max says, what should I speak with in regards to banking? Banks keep denying accounts for wholesaling. Well, Max, the bank isn't denying you because they're discriminating against wholesaling. There's probably something in your credit history. There's probably something in the underwriting why they're not opening the account. It might be a personal issue. I don't know. You should be asking why you're not getting approved, because as an 18-year-old kid, I got a business account open in like a day. All I had to do is have an EIN. And they're like, okay. Like, I'll legit tell you, I went to Bank of America. They opened it up. I went to Chase Bank. I opened it up. Like, I have banks everywhere. They don't like, they're like, okay. You know, they don't even question like how much you make. They just do it. So pretty exciting. They won't give me the information, Carlos. Go to the dockets. Also, look up the public records online and talk to the clerk of the court or the city attorney. Get it going. Aaron already emailed me, so he's in the challenge. I'm excited about it. Christian says, how do you start this system without startup capital? So, like I've said, this system works if you're making $100K a month. Okay. Sorry, $100K a year. And then you start implementing the systems. Now, if you have no startup capital, you're going to have to go from 0 to $100K a year. And that is kind of the cool part. The challenge in June is going to be all about. And then freewholesaling.com obviously has it. We're going to be releasing the video. So like, let's say you started following me day 10 of the challenge. Freewholesaling.com already has 1 through 9 already done. So you can catch up on the challenge. So that'd be pretty exciting. And it'd be good. So I want to get in this challenge. Well, email me and we'll get it going. Let's see. Corey says, to all in the challenge, you got to take action, get the first deal, then it'll change your life. Can vouch for all this info. Awesome. Corey's already killing it. We're going to have Corey on the podcast soon. We're going to get that recorded because he's destroying. He quit his job. He's living the life. So let's see. I'm in the challenge. Awesome. Love to see it. But yeah, we're going to get the best of both worlds. You know, like I'm trying to help people scale up their business, and then I'm trying to help the people brand new. I'm trying to help every single wholesaler. Our one motto on the channel here is help you become a complete real estate investor. We do subject to creative finance stuff all the time, lease options. We help everyone in all types of facets in this business. Let's see. Trey says, how long can it take a total beginner to get $100K a month? I'll be honest with you. You need to focus on just I did a video yesterday, and I think it was one of the most powerful videos I've done. And the honest truth with it, I've kind of explained, is you're on your own journey. One thing about that is, one quote I said in that video, you guys should watch the video I did yesterday. I think it was really good, and it really eye-opener for someone just wanting to know the secrets of getting your first deal in wholesaling. But one thing I kind of said there was, the people that are successful in wholesaling, they had goals. And you're going to have to make goals. And I think too lofty of a goal, you're going to get upset and it's going to be too hard to reach. And then not lofty enough of a goal is going to be a problem too. So one thing you should understand is that if you want to go from 0 to $1 million and within a year, that goal is going to be too much. Now, you can have a long-term goal of making $100K a month, but that's going to take like 2-3 years, right? Get a goal first and just focus on making that $100K a year. Okay. And then go from that goal to the next goal. That's really where you should be looking at. I'd say 2 to 3 years. Like, if you effectively, it's going to take you at least a year to get $100K, and then go from there. DM me, you got some deals, email me. We're getting a little more pickier on the deals, but because we're getting so many sent to us. Yeah. Oh yeah, smash the like button, subscribe, guys. I'm here to always help. Fernando is getting his first check tomorrow. Let's go. Come on, Fernando. That's awesome, bro. Congrats, man. Pensacola in the house. Fernando's hopped on a couple times to talk to us one-on-one. That's always exciting. I love seeing that, man. That makes me happy. I love it. I love it. Awesome. Awesome. Makes me happy. I love seeing that. So Congrats, bro. All right, so let's start hopping people on. We got all these people on: Vince, Cody, Brandon, Jay, Julian. So we'll go talk to y'all right now and see how I can help you guys out. Remember, guys, go to freewholesaling.com and then we'll break it all down. So I don't know if Vince is on right now. So all right, Vince is on. So sweet. All right. Yo, Vince.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. Every day above ground's an amazing day.
Can you hear me good, or do I need to put my headphones in?
I think you're fine.
Okay. But yeah, man. So basically, still at it, man. I have a virtual appointment tomorrow. I pretty much think we're gonna get that deal done with the seller. My thing is, once we get on the contract, having cash buyers come view the property, like, because she still lives in the house. Should I try to arrange a date for all of them to go see it, or
The cash buyers?
yeah?
I like to do one at a time. So I would have them all in the same day, but I would just have your multiple partners walk through the house. If that makes sense.
Mm. So basically just tell her, hey, like, this is gonna be a day. I got some people coming over to check the property out, type deal. Or
Yeah, some of my partners.
okay. And then okay. So I was just door knocking earlier today, and I saw a couple, like, for the pre-foreclosure deals. I think you said, like, you could door knock. Don't try to, like.
I like the yellow sticky notes. Those are always my favorite.
Okay. And then, so the ones that have, like, the no soliciting or whatever, I had a beware of dog and all that. You still knock on those doors?
No, I stick the sticky note on there.
Oh, okay. So
Slap them on. I don't know door knock. Like, I just stick the sticky note on there.
Even the no soliciting ones? And then I saw a couple of properties. It says, like, it's under partnership, like, have trust, corporate partnership. So what does that mean? If I see, like, an ugly house, but it was under partnership.
Yeah. So you got two of them. The ugly houses that are bank owned, I avoid.
Right. It wasn't bank owned. It was a address in Texas that because I'm in the Florida market, and it was a property in Texas that was a partnership. I don't know.
Okay, so there's a lot of old people in Florida, as you know. So a lot of them are in trusts. It's just older people do that sometimes. Those are fine. Corporate owned, I don't like, unless it's like a really ugly house. Then I'll be like, all right, screw it, try it. I rarely do corporate owned properties. Get deals from. I still do them because I've done deals doing it. So I'm like, well, I'm going to keep doing it, obviously. But I like trust. I'll keep doing trusts.
Okay. So what else I got? Okay, so I have a couple properties I'm trying to get in contact with the owners, but the owners haven't responded back to me. The houses, the grass is growing in front of the yard, the lawn, so I know no one's been attending to it. So I actually went to one of the properties, and it's a gated community, or two of them. It's a gated community, so it's like I left one of my my deals, my little door hangers.
Yeah.
But I still haven't heard from them, so I'm trying to figure out, like, what have you ran into that situation before, like trying to find somebody and get in contact with them?
So I put the yellow sticky note. I get their email and True People Search, right? Cold call the relatives and then Facebook message them. Very hard not to get in contact with someone when you do that.
Okay. What else? And if someone has, like, liens on their property, can they refinance it?
If they have a what?
Liens.
Depends on the lien. It really depends.
Because I was looking at my tax lien list in my county, and I called this one lady. She was like, I just refinanced a home, so no, I'm not leaving anytime soon. But I saw she was like hella bread in debt, and I looked it up, and it said it could be like involuntary lien. So I guess they can't take the house from her, but she could refinance a mortgage.
I mean, it depends, but usually it's fine.
Mm.
But actually, no. It actually depends on the type of what kind of lien is it?
It just said it was I think it was abstract of judgment.
In Florida?
Mm.
That's more of a Rick question. I think you can. Um, child support liens, no.
Mm.
It depends on the type of thing. I mean, let me look it up. I'm not the biggest expert on that one though. Um, yeah, it's involuntary liens are no. That's what I thought. So, mm, yeah, if it's involuntary, then no. So, like, I think a tax and a judgment, probably not.
Mm.
Anything like I think a mechanics lien you can do. You probably could.
Mm.
I'm not a lawyer though, so
Now with the liens, I'm trying to figure out. Uh, Now, do the seller know they have a lien on the property? Because when I
they
talk
should
to them,
know.
they make it seem
Some
like
don't.
everything's peaches and cream.
They probably lying to you, man. They don't
Yeah,
want to tell you.
but it's just like the fact that they like, oh no, I'm never gonna leave, and then like $10,000 in liens. I'm like, how are you gonna solve this situation?
Well, lien doesn't force you to.
Or you just keep piling up on liens and
You can pile up a lien unless it's forced, right?
okay, so
So if you got a contract with me or whatever, and I loaned you 50K,
mm,
I can't force you to sell the house, right?
mm,
Unless you've signed something agreeing to that. Mechanics lien, not really. Taxes are really when they force mortgages and taxes are when they can really force you because you kind
okay,
of sign your life away when you do that.
okay,
It depends kind of what you sign off of. Like a credit card one, it really depends. Usually you can't.
mm,
Some bad ones, yes, but not. I mean, you can get sued, right, and get a judgment, but it's really when you sell it.
okay. So really, they could just stay in the house however long they want to, if it's not like a tax or a mortgage related situation.
Yeah, they'll get their money when they die, right?
Okay. I was just curious. 'Cause I'm just like people just acting real chill, and I look at the prop stream. It's like,
Yeah,
like a lot of money. Okay. And then my
that's
last
what's
question.
going.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
taxes and HOAs are when you get screwed.
Mm, okay.
You got see. That's why I like pre foreclosures.
Okay. Okay. And then my last question is dealing with I don't know if I haven't watched too many videos if you've done a lot on FISBOs.
Bro, I do a lot of FISBOs, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I haven't really I've been watching you, man. I comment everything. So I haven't watched a lot of FISBO
If you're in
ones.
a market where I wouldn't do a lot of FISBOs, I would drive for dollars and do those yellow sticky notes instead and government
Mhm.
lists. But FISBOs do work.
And then I have a couple sellers like I've been talking to. I see a lot of like landlords, investor type people, personalities that they always try to control the conversation.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and I'm trying to figure out like how do you go about it? Do you just like let them have their way, feed the ego to get your point across, or how do you kind of like maneuver in that situation?
I kind of go my own personality. Like other people have different types. Like I have an acquisitions manager. He's like, I'm not going to like saying this nicely. He's got a very powerful personality.
Mhm.
So like he'll deal with it different than me. And they got like people that like really good at talking, that love talking, like social butterfly type guys. I'm
Mhm.
more of a point type person. Hey, I want to buy your house. Can I go see it? And like it depends how the conversation flows per se,
Mhm.
but I kind of say my thing like, hey, I'm looking to buy it.
Mhm.
And like what issues are you coming up with in those conversations?
It's just that they trying to like it'd be little stuff and it'd be big. So it could go from okay, so tell me about the property, what's going on? And then they're like, oh well, so, and then they say, well, I'm cooking right now. Oh, so what's you cooking for tonight? That really isn't important right now. I'm like, okay, like you know, like it's like
Yeah, I get it.
you get that those type of people is like, this is just about the house. What do you want to know about this information? Like they
Some
don't
people are like that. They're very analytical and to the point.
they don't let you get kind of reports. So it's like, how do you separate when you're trying to?
You do the report in person.
Mm-hmm,
People are different versus over the phone than in person.
that's real.
It's true.
That's real.
I'm a lot different over the phone than in person. A lot of people tell me that. I don't realize it until I look at recordings of myself, like especially the cold calling. I'm just different over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have like a phone voice per se. I don't know, but like it's just from cold calling per se
Mm-hmm.
that I just sound different.
Okay. Okay.
So in person, people are a lot more different.
All right. Yeah, because well, and then now I told him what I would offer for his property because he was a FISBO, and
Yeah.
he's getting kind of pissed because he's going with these high offers, but they're not closing.
Oh, yeah.
so I'm like, I'm like not trying to be too pushy, and I'm just like
Yeah.
calling him every other week, and it's just like when you go like realize, just take my price and we can get this deal done.
Well, some sellers are like, okay, well, Vince is going to buy for this price, so I'm just going to keep dangling that carrot in front of him, and I'm going to try to find someone to buy it more.
Mm.
Hey, this guy Vince offered me 200. Will you give me 210? And they're just playing
Mm.
with you. How you beat those guys is you got to give them scarcity. Hey, I'll offer you 200, but this is only good for the next couple days. If you say no, my next offer is going to be way lower.
Mm.
You got to force them because they're just going to use that. They're going to leverage your offer.
Okay.
I had a huge multifamily deal, and those guys are like crazy. Those big rich type dudes, like we're giving an offer, and we're trying hard because it was a really good deal locally, and
Mm.
he just kept leveraging us, and we're like, okay, bye, we're out. And guess what happens when we get out? Oh my God, we'll take it. No, right? And now the guy has to put it back on the market. He's going to feel a lot of pain, and then he might watch this video. So I'm not going to explain it, but we most likely still buy that deal.
Mm.
But now our offer probably went down 20%. We're going to make it a 20% reduction because the guy's playing games with us.
Mm.
And we just don't play that game.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm dealing with him, and like I said, I just keep checking in with him. And hey, is the property sold? No. What is? We got it under contract, but we haven't really talked to the buyer. They're being real uh, inconsistent. I'm like, well, if it was a deal, it would have closed. It don't take that long to close. They give you a closing date, And you're just like, oh well, we're trying to figure it out. They haven't talked to us much. I'm like, well, how long are you gonna put up with this? Like, what happens next? Are you gonna keep going from the highest to the lowest price? I mean, if you got that much time, that's cool, but you just gonna keep wasting time for no reason in this market.
I'm just letting you know, I'm very like to the point on my calls. Like when I funnel all of my calls
Mm.
legitimately just so I can meet them at the house.
Mm.
I that's not always truth. If they're okay with me meeting up at the house, I know they're motivated enough.
Okay.
So if someone's playing games with me, well, I this all the time. Like you see unfortunately I watch hours and hours of me cold calling on the FISBOs.
Mm.
But if someone's like playing games with me and I'm like, well, can I just swing by tomorrow at like 4? I'm free tomorrow. Just go check out the house. Like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, you're probably not motivated. And then the ones that like are eventually deals like, yes, okay, that's fine. They're motivated, right? And that's how I really do it. Like I barely build rapport unless it's virtual
Okay.
over the phone anymore.
Okay.
If I can go in person.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because I can make someone melt like in person better than over the phone.
That's real. That's real. Okay, well, yeah, man, I definitely keep you posted, man. Let you know how this one deal goes. Like I said, these other couple ones I've been working on. So, but we'll see how everything plays out for June. Definitely, like you said, we want to be a big month. So I hope everybody's have a great big month, man. For June.
Make today a big month. Make this month a big month, man.
Yeah.
Take that action, bro.
I'm talking about like closing. I don't think I can close that quick. I mean, it's a deal of a lifetime. But
You got it, man.
But yeah, for sure. Appreciate it. All
All right,
right, man. You take care. All right.
Take care, man. Thanks. Awesome. Get some people on here. Just some quick stuff on here. Christian says, I feel lost with the info. Rick said that a high equity list is good. So that's what I ran. I haven't been calling for it, and I've been calling for 2 weeks. Rick said, like, we've both said government lists are the best ones starting out, FYI. If you go through freewholesaling.com, it's all there. And if you watched a Rick video on direct mail, then maybe that's what you're saying. I gotta see what video it was, though. B. Stanley, yes, your stuff's popping up. So let's go hop some people on. Thank you there. And then next we've got Cody. Cody, what is up?
Hello.
Hello.
All right. So I've been calling a lot this week, and I have quite a few questions, but one kind of major one, I guess I need more or less advice or like your experience on it. So
Okay.
I have this buyer. I guess this property that I found that is in pre-foreclosure. The owner of it is dead. So the heirs are the son and the daughter. There was no deed, and there was no will, and there was no deed of transfer. So the sister wants nothing to do with the house. She already signed a disclaimer to the property.
Okay.
So basically saying like to the banks, because they're trying to put it in foreclosure because there's also a mortgage on it. The brother that I talked to said that he would be fine with selling me the house, but he didn't know if he had the right to, since there's no deed or will. I tried to get in contact with people, and I got in contact with an estate lawyer or attorney. And I guess I was kind of confused. So this is, I guess, where I want your advice is. He said that he has the right to sell the property, but he would have to pay for all of the back payments that has not been made since the death. Does that make sense? Like, is that normally how it is? Or if I was to buy the house, could I take on all of the payments?
So, Cody, you should not be buying this house. You should be wholesaling this house. First and foremost.
That's what
unless you have the money, like whatever. So, how much equity is in this property? I don't want addresses. I don't want anything. Just how much equity, roughly?
Well, the mortgage with all of the back pays and everything in a total is $110,000. Equity on it is, altogether, there's nothing really to be done on it. It's around, I think, 280.
Oh yeah. Okay. So this kind of seems confusing to a point. Depends on when do you know if there's an auction date already? Like how far in the pre-foreclosure? Like what's
based off of public, so the guy had neither the son or the daughter have no clue about anything. They just know that they don't want the property.
Got it.
So based off of public records, all that I have seen is that there's just a petition for foreclosure, but they're waiting on the signature from the son to disclaim the property.
Got it. Perfect. All right. So this is my best advice for you is the lawyer already kind of said this, and this is what I would do. I would just write up a contract with the son and daughter, have them already sign the contract of you buying it, the estate of deceased person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Put their names on the contract and then bring that to the lawyer and then have them kind of fix a lot of it. Now, what is the lawyer saying, right? You got to pay the back taxes, right? Have that come out of the equity side of them. So they're probably going to have, if it's worth 280 and you lock it up for 240 or 230, right? Mm-hmm. They're coming out with 120. Maybe 20K comes out of their pocket to pay that or the back taxes, and you're going to be fine, right? I mean, the mortgage is going to be paid here. It depends on how far, because the mortgage will be paid at closing. So you get this thing closed in 30 days, you're going to be fine, right?
He said that, so his father died about a year ago. And so the bank has been waiting on their, the response on it. The sister just turned it in, I think this month. And they said they've been kind of haggling him. So it's just kind of like I don't know, they're kind of rushing him sort of sense, but there's no deadline set.
Yeah. If there's no auction set, you're going to be fine.
Okay.
I would get them to sign a contract ASAP.
Okay.
Get a lockbox on the property for your quote unquote partners to go through. you get a cash buyer this weekend
Right.
and you get this thing done as quick as possible, and you're going to make a win-win. You're going to make a ton of money on this, Cody, and your seller is going to make a ton of money on this, and you're actually going to help them because if this goes to auction, they're going to make less money, right?
Right.
And it's going to be this is how you make these $80,000-$90,000 deals. Now I'm not telling you to make $100K on this. Help the seller out here,
Right.
but like you
Well,
can
he
make a
wants
good
nothing
amount
to
on
do
this.
with the property, and so he's just kind of he's at the maybe. He's like, I'm willing to sell you the house, but he's afraid to what he describes like go down a rabbit hole and like us do this deal and then him end up coming out in the end of like having to pay something. I've tried to explain to him that like hope like that's why I'm here, I guess, to get more advice, but he's just
Yeah,
afraid he's gonna have to
I get it.
pay.
So Cody, you're gonna have to come in from an authority point. You're younger, right? Like me,
Yeah, I'm 22.
22. So you're gonna have to come with some authority. And who's your authority gonna be? You're a lawyer, right?
What?
Your authority is gonna be the lawyer figure,
Right. Yes.
just so they can have confidence in you. Hey, I talked to my attorney. This is what's gonna happen. You
Right.
kind of help them out with confidence, right? And so
Right.
what I'm gonna say is, we're gonna sign an agreement for me to buy it, and we're gonna be closing within 1 to 2 months. And I know your fear is this, this, and this, but we're going to get this closed in 2 months. So you don't have to deal with it. You get the equity out of it and we don't have to worry about anything else. Right. And
Right.
that's going to be the best case for you. Now, I'm
Mhm.
not going to confuse you and say, hey, this is a great creative deal. I'm not. No, we're going to wholesale this one. So
Yeah.
best
No,
actionable step for you,
okay.
lock up the contract, get a lockbox, get an assignment done, get a closing ready, bring it to a really good title company and the estate attorney. And you're probably going to have to pay some of your assignment fee for that attorney.
Right.
Fine. Or you split it with the seller, whatever, like you decide. But you should get a healthy assignment fee where the attorney, $5,000 is not going to even affect you. And close on the deal, make a win-win situation. Like that's honestly what I can tell you.
Right. So as long as he signs a contract, they can't go forward with the foreclosure, correct? That's what you're saying?
If you do it fast enough, and with an attorney kind of bring up, I don't know Kansas too much.
Right.
But if your attorney can kind of petition and already show, hey, we're selling the property or just get it sold per se, you're going to be fine.
Right.
If you close in a couple months, the mortgage is going to be paid off. The bank doesn't care about foreclosing. They care about their money.
Right.
They're not getting paid right now. So if you satisfy that, you can go through the court process and you just got to close on the deal.
Okay. Also, since the sister already disclaimed the property, is her rights already revoked or does she still have a say in the sale?
So I don't know the legal definition per month. I always do it. Technically, I'm 90% sure only need the son. I would have her sign it also just as a precautionary measure.
Okay.
It's not going to hurt you.
Right. Okay.
That's like every time I do trusts, technically the power of attorney is the only one that should sign it or
Mhm.
could sign it. But sometimes I just have the older person sign it too if like the power of attorney is kind of shaky.
Right.
And you're not going to get in trouble for that.
Okay. Okay. Also, this is just kind of I guess advice, I guess, again. So I was also talking to the attorney and he said we were just, general talks. And he said he's already dealt with assignment fees and people and stuff like that. And I guess I think it was a year ago, dealt with a guy trying to do an assignment and he went all the way up to closing and his title company showed up, the sellers showed up, everyone showed up, but the actual wholesaler. And they said that they are actually like legally can sue them for that. And so this guy ended up getting sued for like, not showing up and not like providing, going through with the contract or something. And so I thought that was kind of weird because like obviously you can do virtual deals and not be there. So I just wanted to know like your advice on it. And I mean, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something with that. If you give me the case information, I can read it and explain it.
Okay.
The way assignments work, I do the same thing in Kansas. I know people in Kansas that do this. You lock up a property to buy those people's houses, right? That probate, right?
Right.
You, Cody, are going to buy this house.
Mm-hmm.
You say, you know what? I don't want to buy this house. You know what, Mr. Buyer, I'm going to sell you this contract for $20K or $40K. And they give you 40. So agree to $40,000. That's not your contract anymore. You sold it, right?
Right.
Technically still your contract, but The cash buyer is the one that you don't have to be there on for closing.
That's what I thought.
Something happened. Something happened in between.
Mm-hmm.
Some situation, but you got to control your cash buyer. And the cash buyer closes, you're going to be fine.
Right.
Yeah, I don't see that as an issue, especially in Kansas. I know wholesalers in Kansas, so no.
Okay.
Something's fishy's going on there.
Right.
Most likely the cash buyer didn't close, because if the cash buyer didn't bring their funds, that's going to be their problem. But you have a good title company?
I just actually talked to them today just because I didn't know if I should have a title company more preference to my closer area or to the area of like the deals that I'm making. Does that make sense?
Area of the deals.
Because like in the state of Kansas, it's kind of like all over the state, and so I don't know if it'd be best to be like in my area, like within like an hour within my area, or within the deals that I'm getting, which is usually more than an hour away.
Probably close to the deals, but I would put the biggest preference on what's going to be the best wholesaling friendly one.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I just got done because I was scrambling. This guy kind of, the foreclosure guy, he kind of stressed me out a little bit, which I'm sure there's always deals like that. But he's just like, well, the bank really needs an answer. They need an answer. And I was like, okay. So I was just calling a whole bunch of attorneys and even title companies to see if I could get their advice on this situation. And I actually told him that what the attorney told me. So I'll actually have to turn around and probably text him and see, hopefully, what he says on that. So
yeah, you're listening to me when it comes to probates. You literally went from calling me last week or week after of I can't pull probates to being like, I have a probate deal.
yeah.
So you're making great progress.
Okay.
Remember, Cody, what I said in the beginning of this video, you get paid in proportion to the problems you're solving.
Right.
This seems like a big problem you're trying to solve, right?
Right.
So you should be paid accordingly.
Right. I'm just
Big
scared.
problem, big money, you know?
Yeah, my thing is I'm just scared that he's just gonna be like, you know what, because he's ready to get rid of it. Like he's ready to like sign the disclaimer. I'm afraid he's gonna be like, you know what, I don't even want to deal with this, and then just walk away. And hopefully that's not yeah, he can definitely do that. I just like if that is, hopefully that's not the issue. I'm just afraid that like we get too far in, then he's like, you know what, never mind. And I know that happens, but
here's the thing: you can't force somebody to sell.
Exactly.
And you should not lose sleep over that.
Right.
You should expect no's, but hope for the best.
Mm-hmm.
You can only provide the solution. If they say no and they don't sign, you can't stress over it, right? Don't put all your heart in that one probate deal.
Mm-hmm.
You have everything set out to help.
Right.
Your thing is what's going to kill that deal is time.
Yeah.
So you already know that. So you better get things going. That's all I could say. Like time. And that's going to be your best thing. So don't think about it. Take action.
Okay.
That's going to be the thing that's going to help you the most. So if you could schedule a meeting in person, doing anything, that's what I would do.
Yeah, that's another thing. He seems to be, so I called him and he didn't answer, but he texts me fine. But every time I try to get him on a call, I was like, hey, can I text you once I get this information, like from the attorney and everything? He doesn't seem to want to talk to me over the phone, but he does perfectly fine texting me. But anywho, I feel like there was one question, but I can't think of it right now.
Cody, this is what you need to do. Try to get this thing signed as soon as possible.
Yes.
You need to talk to Rick. Rick is the probate guy.
Okay.
I'm kind of the dude that will get it locked up and just kind of send it to Rick. Be like, hey, we got this. Like he's dealt with more than ever with you. On this one and me combined. Right. So I want you to hop on tomorrow and talk to Rick if you can, or on Friday.
Right.
He will help you out a lot more with that.
Okay.
Because he knows probates like crazy. So I would do that too.
Okay.
But as of right now, I can point in the direction, just get it locked up.
Okay.
And then get it going. But you're going to be fine.
Okay. One more last quick question. So I found another guy. I've been talking with him. He's super nice, super chill. He ended up he said it's under contract now, but they're not closing until November.
The seller?
What? Yeah, it's a completely different seller. We talked back and forth, and he ended up calling me. He's like, hey, just want to let you know, like, it's under contract, because we haven't talked price yet, just small talk, I guess. Hit or miss with phone calling. Anyways, yeah, he said it was under contract until November, and I was like, oh wow, is it like with a realtor, or like are you doing it by yourself? Like, why is it taking so long? He's like, no, I'm doing it by myself, but that's how much the buyer wants to wait. And so I didn't know if I could keep trying to butt in and just be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And like, because it's strange that it's gonna take, over 6 months to do a deal.
Um, yeah, I'm not the type of person to tell someone get out of the contract, go with me.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely
don't
not.
like that, and
Hey, I'm
probably not
still
you, right?
here. Yeah,
But what you
just
should do
right,
is plant seeds of doubt and not force someone to do it, but just understand that you're the one ready to go. So
right,
I would
just-
follow up every month
right,
and just, hey, we're ready to go.
right.
FYI,
Okay,
me and my partner, we're good to go.
right,
And then you're gonna be the first. You might never get it, but like, hey, it's 5 minutes a month of just following up. Because here's the conversation. Ready? Hey, Cody, how's it going? Are you still in a contract? Yeah. How's everything? Oh, I'm great, great, great. Okay, perfect. Well, if anything changes, let me know. 2 minutes. That's all you need, right?
yeah. That's exactly how it is. I built great rapport with him, and he's like, he's like, "I'm so sorry." He's like, my wife had had a talk with me and stuff like that. We ended up going with this one, but he'll definitely be the one next. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just keep on calling then.
All you can do. And out of 20 of those deals, 4 are gonna hit.
Right,
And don't put your heart all into that one, but just know you got 20 of those, 4 is gonna hit. You don't know which one.
right.
So understand that.
Uh,
And hey, FYI, Cody, we're in quite a weird market where that buyer, good chance they might not even want it for that price in 6 months.
that is.
Usually it's flipped where real estate rises up with interest rates.
Mhm.
Real estate might even go down a little where they might not want that price and you might be the next person up.
Yeah.
So don't give one thing advice I give, don't give them a price. Just say you're ready to buy it
Yep.
and you'll be ready to go. So I actually think right now is a perfect time for that.
Awesome. Well, I'm learning. I'm learning more every day. Thank you so much. This has definitely helped, and I will definitely try to call this guy right after this call. So thank you so much for your advice.
Perfect. All right. Talk to Rick tomorrow. I'm telling
Yes.
you, you get that probate deal done. You're gonna have
Yes.
so much more confidence in the next probate deal that
Okay.
won't be an issue. So let's get that first one done, and you got it. But good job taking action.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Awesome. Telling you, Cody went from how do I pull a list to I have this probate deal. What do I do? Guys, these are good problems to be having. This is better than having a problem of, oh, I don't have any deals. Exactly what you should be doing. So I love seeing that. Love the action takers today. That's how I have the success. So we got Brandon. What is up? You're muted, bro.
How you been, Zach?
I'm blessed, man. How are you?
Good, man. Good, good. Making some calls today, getting it done. I got two questions for you.
Of course. What's up?
So one, uh, I spoke with a homeowner and they're looking to sell their land in Mississippi. They
Okay.
went to the court to get the original copy of the deed, but the deed somebody actually has it already, and it's to believe that a person that sued them a couple of years back has possession of that deed. So, do you need the original copy for the deed or to sell the land?
So you just can't like rob someone of their property, right? Right. Like you're gonna be fine. Usually when you like steal someone's like thing, like Brandon, you own a piece of real estate and I just do a
Right.
quick claim to my name, I could probably get arrested, right? And
Yeah.
sued and all like it. The judge is gonna be like, all right, no, Brandon, you didn't sign that. Like, it's still your place. So don't like.
Yeah.
So that's number one. You gotta. So whose name's on the property appraiser?
It's the homeowners.
His name. Him.
It's the husband and the spouse, the wife.
So the
They
deed didn't even signed over. So that new guy doesn't have a deed signed on public record on that property.
what did you say?
So that. So, what's up with the new person? Do they have a deed with their name on that parcel too?
I don't know. I
All
don't
right.
know.
So
They
you're gonna have
had
to
that.
look that up.
Yeah.
So what? So this person has their deed.
Yeah. Yeah.
This isn't a Pokemon card where it's like, oh, I stole your Pokemon card, I own it. It's like you can just get a new deed. Like people lose deeds all the time.
Yeah. So
So
they sent me a dupe. Sorry. Go ahead.
you go ahead. You just get a new one.
Okay. They sent me a copy of the deed. So I wanted to ask if they could use that copy, you know,
Here's the
And
problem, Brandon. I'm not giving you title insurance as a title company issue. They're going to be the
yeah,
ones who's going to have to do it. This is why we have title insurance, right? The title company, that's a title company problem, not my problem. I don't run Chicago Title, First America. I don't run any of that. They'll deal with it, not me. So that's not your
got it.
problem or my problem. That's the title company's problem. This is why they get paid that stupid amount every single deal we do.
Yeah. So um
Or
just
attorney
to
state, I mean,
verify,
whatever.
so they can use the copy that they have to sell that land that they have. They don't
Most
need the
likely.
original copy if they're the
Most
actual
likely.
owners of it. Okay. All
Like the
right.
title company might want to change it or like get the official duplicate. But
Yeah.
they would focus on that, not you.
Got it. Got it. So my second question that I got is I was dealing with another homeowner in Florida. They have 3 properties and they're all 3 of them are condos. So I just wanted to know like if is a big difference between a single family and a condo, wholesaling a condo.
What county?
Uh, Okeechobee,
Okeechobee County?
Okeechobee.
Oh boy. Okay. Is it on the lake?
Tell you the truth, I honestly don't know.
All right. I'm asking another question. Is this in the hood? Okeechobee?
So I saw a picture of it. Looks like it's in the hood. I'm gonna
All right. I'm
I'm
not
gonna
saying
be
that like
honest.
just disparaging, but like Okeechobee's got like yeehaw, and then it's got the
Yeah,
hood. It's
yeah,
like there's nothing between it. So
yeah,
most likely if it's a condo kind of in the hood type thing, you're
yeah.
not you can wholesale it. If it's one of those
So
bougie like $2,000
yeah,
a month HOAs in Florida, you're not. You're most likely going to be able to wholesale it. Some HOAs
yeah.
are weird. Um, I would just lock it up and have the title kind of deal with it, but you don't really know the rules of the HOA unless you can. I would see if you can get the bylaws from the owner.
Yeah,
Some owners don't
yeah.
have them, but I'll skim through them. I
Got it.
actually personally like to do is I like to take the bylaws if I can get a copy of it online, copy it, paste it, put in a Word document, and then search company, purchase, sale, and then kind of see the rules on it, and then figure it out. Because some HOAs don't let companies buy it, some do. Sometimes you got to double close it. Sometimes you got to do buy it in a personal, like it's all over the board. But you should have the only issues I personally found is when the HOAs are like really high, or if there's like you can't buy and sell a house within 30 days. They all got different rules. I would try to get the bylaws. If you can't, just lock it up and try to sell it and then see what happens.
Okay.
I do a lot of
I'm
condos, dude. I'm going to say go for it.
yeah. I'm gonna say it's 50-50. I'm not sure if it's in the hood or not, but the price for 2 of the properties he wants 250, and the other
You're
one he
not
wants
the hood.
170. So
Dude,
yeah,
I'm by Okeechobee's technically my market, technically not. It's kind of it's like an hour from me, but like it's way out west. We don't really do a lot of deals because there's not a lot of people there, but like we'll lock up a deal for like 50 and sell it for like 70. So like I mean, they're cheap out there. No one wants to live out there, so that's actually reasonable. So yeah,
got it, got it.
yeah, that's
Um,
good.
I had I had I had some advice to give to Vince if I can give a pointer
Oh
to
yeah,
him on
I don't
here.
know if you can listen, but
So so I don't know if he's still in here, Vince, but I had a seller that I was dealing with. She's actually has a property in Tampa, and she lives. I'm not gonna say where she lives at now, but I had trouble building rapport with her, but over time I kept following up with her just naturally. The relationship uh we found a connection, and a couple of weeks back I actually met up with her on an appointment. Very nice lady, and you know just keep following up with the person that you're struggling to um build rapport with, and don't try to force it. Let it build like organically. So that's my advice to Vince.
facts, man.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah. Yeah.
you got to show you care. And if you show you can care to a seller, that means like putting that human factor on there that no other wholesaler is going to do that.
All right.
So little stuff, like I always like to say, hey, how's your mom doing? How's your grandma? How's your leg doing? How's your surgery? How's your back? They tell you, hey, I got neck problems. How's your neck feeling today? I tried this, what do they call icy hot? You just put something like it just, oh, wow. Brandon actually cares about me,
Yeah.
it works. So I agree, man.
Totally. But appreciate you, Zach. Thank you for giving me advice, especially, you guys aren't too far from me in market wise. I really do thank you for that. You and your dad, you guys
Of course,
are
man.
amazing. Adios.
I feel like
Thank
you
you.
need help, dude. You got some crazy deals you've had. I have to help you out like Superman out here. My gosh.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you
Yeah.
cash buyers?
Right. Also, I'd like to do interviews with you. Get my
All right,
story
man.
out there because you guys helped me on this journey. So I'll be more than happy to do an interview.
It's gonna
So
be important, man. If you ever got to figure out how to figure out a bad buyer from a good buyer, do me a
right.
favor. Facebook message me and then email me. It's like harder to get a hold of it, but I'll look for you out there. Actually, no. Email podcast, just capital podcast, and then I'll schedule out. I'll schedule something out.
It's email podcast. That's what it's
No.
called.
Support at flipwithrick.com.
All right, I'll go back to it. I'll look at it. It's
Or
support
just-
at Rick and Rick.
I'll figure it. Support at flipwithrick.com.
Okay. All right. I'll remember that.
And then
Appreciate
just
you,
put the
Zach.
subject podcast. It'd be good. Yeah, guys, if
Thank
you
you.
got a deal for me, you're making do well, email support at flipwithrick.com. If you join the podcast, you get a shout out. You get JV deals. It'd be great. So, Brandon, I appreciate it. Keep it up, and let me know how I can help you out. Any more, man?
Appreciate you, Zach. Thank you.
Man. Boom. Awesome. Next here, we got Jay.
Hey, yo. How you doing, Zach?
I'm blessed, man. How are you?
Oh, my gosh. No way. Hey, man. First off and foremost, I want to appreciate for giving out this game that costs, man, you could be charging millions of dollars, but you really doing this for free, and I appreciate that, man.
Of course, man.
But
I'm making enough money, man. I'm good.
you're making more than enough, that's for sure. But, man, so I just started doing this whole wholesaling thing, and I just found you. And then I came across your video of options for pre-foreclosure sellers.
Yes.
And then all of these things, I printed it out on I printed out a whole bunch of sheets, and then I put it on just houses with pre-foreclosures that I have found from PropStream. So I put it in there, and then somebody had called me, and then I remember you saying, don't just start off with a cash offer. Go over the other things like bankruptcy, the other options. So
Beautiful.
I did that, and then she didn't like any of the bankruptcies or selling the
Okay.
house to a realtor, a HELOC loan, but she said that she wanted a cash offer. And then I was like, okay, you want a cash offer, all right. So I did my research on the house. She said that she wants to sell the house, like just the equity on it. So the equity, like I don't know how to do the numbers on this, and I don't know how to structure the deal, but she says that she just wants like the amount of the equity that she has on the house. So the house is worth $789,000, and then she has $241,000 in equity, and then her loan or last mortgage is $615,000. So like I don't know how to structure this. Do I get it under contract for the equity as much as it is on the equity, like 241,000?
So let me break this down with you. So her definition of equity versus what the real equity is going to be different. So
Okay.
let's do basic numbers real quick. All right.
Okay.
So I go in Zillow, right? It says my house is worth $100,000. All right.
Okay.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So it says it's worth $100,000. I have a mortgage for $50,000, right?
Okay.
That means my equity would more or less be $50,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I sell it for 100, I pay the 50,000 loan off and I get 50,000, right?
Okay.
100 minus 50 equals 50. Let's do 20. Okay.
Okay.
So the numbers make more sense. My mortgage is 20. So if I sell it for 100, 20,000 mortgage, then
Mhm.
I get 80,000, right?
Okay.
I think it's worth 100. So I think my equity is 80. And let's say I haven't dealt with the house at all. It's a shack. It keeps getting broken into. It's disgusting. And there's cockroaches. There's mold. There's the roof's leaking, right? It's really worth 60, but Zillow says it's worth 100. And so I go to Jay, say, hey, Jay, I want my equity. My equity is 80. But here's the problem. You're going to be like, wait, this house ain't worth more than 60.
Uh-huh.
But they said their equities. It doesn't matter, right?
Okay.
You, Jay, need to figure out
Mhm.
the MAO, which is short for your max allowable offer. How long have you been like watching my stuff and getting into wholesaling?
Man, it's only been 2 weeks.
2 weeks. All right. So just understand, man, like you don't have to learn everything instantly.
Yeah.
My best advice for you, this is what my gut always tells everyone starting out. Just lock it up for the lowest you can and just go
Okay.
to a buyer and try to sell it for the most. Because this
Okay.
business is, hey, I lock it up for 100. I try to sell it for 120 or sell it for the
Uh-huh.
most, and then I make the difference, right? You don't need to be an expert.
Okay.
What
So
does the Zillow on this kind of say? And I hate
on
using Zillow, but like,
Oh, yeah, I was using PropStream and it says it's worth 789, but on Zillow it says it's worth 908.
okay, is this in California? How do
Indeed.
I know that? Is it?
Indeed. Yes, sir.
How do
San
I know that?
Diego.
Oh my gosh, you're in San Diego, bro. All right, so good news is buyers are going to be easy.
Yeah, okay.
The comps are going to be all over the place on this. Have you met with the person?
No, not yet. She wants
So
to meet up.
go ahead.
Oh yeah, she said that she wants to meet up soon
All right, Jay,
and
I'm going
talk
to
about
be
it.
completely honest with you, man.
Yeah.
This is a deal where you can make a ton of money or you can't. Like, I don't know. And I'm going to be honest with you, in San Diego,
Mhm.
numbers are all over the board.
Exactly.
If you gave me the address,
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't even like I could be off 200K or be over 200K.
Okay.
My best advice for you is
Okay.
go meet with the seller and lock it up for the least you possibly can.
Okay.
That's the lowest you can.
So okay. So my question, like, cause she's in pre-foreclosure. Did I tell you it was in pre-foreclosure? I don't know
No,
if I said that.
you're going after
Oh,
pre-foreclosures. I
my bad.
love
My
this
bad.
though.
My bad. My
Oh,
bad.
no,
Yeah.
you
No.
told me. Yeah, you told me.
Yeah.
You told me. You went over the
No.
options.
Yeah, because yeah, this is a pre-foreclosure deal, and she says that she wants to sell. She just wants to sell it. She wants to get rid of it. The auction date is literally in a month. So the auction date's in a month, and she's saying she's trying to get
All
rid
right,
of
man.
it
So,
ASAP.
all right, this would make a lot more sense, dude. This
Okay. Okay.
auction date's in a month, so she's getting desperate.
hmm
So you only have, you have one option. This isn't going to be an insane deal, but we're going to do the Hail Mary. You like football?
Love it.
We're throwing Hail Mary here, right? Like this a, but we're going to do an Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary where like he's actually kind of good at
Okay.
it,
Yeah,
right?
he's
Or
nice. He's
Mahomes,
nice with
right?
it. Yep.
We're gonna be nice with this, right? We're like we
Okay.
ain't gonna do no I'm not gonna make fun of anyone. So I'm not gonna make fun of anyone, but like it's the Hail Mary, dude. Like
Yep.
this is like a 20% chance you're gonna get this deal. Like, I'm
Okay.
sorry, I'm being nice. Like 20%, right?
hmm
So what you're gonna have to do is lock it up
Okay.
as soon as you possibly can.
Okay.
Like ASAP. Do you have a title company?
Yeah.
Okay,
In San
good.
Diego. Yep.
Perfect. So what you're gonna have to do is
Uh-huh.
you're gonna lock this up for the lowest you possibly can.
She
Okay.
she said that she's okay with. She's okay. I said I just threw out 450. She's like, she said 480. So if I could get it for 480, I don't know.
All right, we're gonna do this. So you're gonna meet up like you got this. This speed is the most important thing.
Okay.
450 plus 480. You're gonna meet in the middle when you talk to her.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
And you're gonna be at 465. Makes sense. You're meeting at the middle, right? Or do a 480 if you have to, right? She just wants her money out of this thing.
Exactly.
So what you're gonna be doing is when you're gonna meet them.
Okay.
When are you gonna meet them?
They said that this weekend.
This weekend. So this is what you're gonna do.
What am I gonna do? Let me know.
So
Let me know.
Friday, Saturday, right?
Okay.
Have you already gone over the contract with the title company?
Not yet.
Okay, so
I'm using your contracts.
it is 3:46 your time right now. So what I need you to do
Okay.
is I need you to email that contract in like the
ASAP.
next 15 minutes to the title company and say, is this works for an assignment of contract? If they say no, You're going to have to come back and keep sending them contracts till one's good. And then you're going to use that contract on Friday or Saturday. All right. They might not like my contract. Some don't. Some love them. Some don't. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They might send you one. I don't know.
Okay.
So that's step number 1. Step number 2, you are going to go to every single San Diego Facebook real estate investing group. You're going to go on actually, you have PropStream. So go to PropStream cash sales and cold call all those people.
Okay.
I want you also to cold call the 4 rents in that zip code that you're in. Do not, for the love of God, Jay, do not say in this video the address or anything. I don't want.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm
will
not.
get stolen. So do not say that.
Yeah.
But I want you to go to that zip code and cold call all the 4 rents, all the cash sales, and all the cash sales on Facebook, on PropStream.
Okay.
I need you to find as many cash buyers as you can and tell them that you have a deal that you're locking up in a pre-foreclosure that needs to get bought within 3 weeks before an auction date.
3 weeks.
And they got to be okay with it. And they're going to get a good deal. I also want you to go to a San Diego SoCal real estate group.
Okay.
And I want you to make a post for me.
Real estate.
And this is recorded on YouTube. So you're watching on YouTube?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you're going to want to put on the Facebook group. I have a deal right now that is in pre-foreclosure that has an auction date within a month. Are there any cash buyers that are willing to buy in less than a month? This is a smoking San Diego deal. You will get 50 people contacting you.
Got you.
45 of them are going to be wholesalers. Okay.
Okay.
5 of them are going to be real.
How do I differentiate that?
So this is going to be, you watch Naruto?
No, sir.
All right. Sir. There's one of those where like the guy can split into like multiple like versions of himself. So there's like a Zach, and then there's like Ghost Zach and then Ghost Zach. You're going to have to figure out which one's the real one.
Yeah.
And then like they usually like karate chop the guy. You're gonna have to just play around because you're gonna have 50 people and then 45 of them are gonna be fake.
Yeah, that's what I
Right. Have you played Among Us?
Yes, yeah, most definitely.
It's Among Us, bro.
Dang.
All right,
it's gonna be like that.
It's like that, dude.
Oh,
all right,
man.
Except there's more bad than good. You're gonna have to figure out which one's real or not. And how do you figure out? How do you do Among Us? Right, you got to ask questions, right? And that's the way you're gonna do it, man. So you're gonna go to Cash Buyer, get a proof of funds, get all the stuff from it, but you're gonna have to be working. So you have 2 huge tasks from now till you get that contract locked up. Title company, contract.
Yep.
Post on Facebook and find a cash buyer that's willing to close really quick, and then you're going to sign it to them.
Okay. So yes, sir. So my biggest thing is like that I'm worrying about is that last mortgage amount, and like I don't got to worry about none of that.
That's a title company issue, not you.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So it's basically almost the same thing as just regular wholesaling. I just gotta work fast, like you said.
And when you get that title, when you talk to the title company about the contract, ask them about that situation and see how they can help.
Okay. All right, man. Hey, if I close it, I'm gonna come back in this, and then I'm gonna thank you so much,
dude. You're gonna make a ton of money if you get this done. It's a Hail Mary, though, man. All right.
Oh yeah.
It's a Hail Mary.
Yes, sir. All right, Zach. Thank you for all the help, man. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Keep it up, dude.
Yes, sir.
See you, man. Boom. Julian, what's up?
Hey, Zach. How's it going?
I'm blessed, man. How are you?
Doing pretty well, thanks.
Awesome.
Yeah, so kind of one of my questions is I'm cold calling a lot, but I'm not sure when cold calling is like enough for a list. For instance, like I overheard, like you shouldn't call the same number over 4 times because you like get blocked by a carrier or whatever. I also heard, I asked somebody else and they were like, no, I just call the person until my phone number gets blocked because they use batch dialer. I use batch dialer. So I was just wondering like when's enough for a list? Because a lot of times I'll just be on like a 10-line dialer. I'll be going through all these leads and like, nobody's picking up, right? And so I have all these leads that could potentially be good, but I'm not really reaching them.
What list?
So, yeah. Everything. So driving for dollars, tired landlords, violations, code violations. Yeah.
Okay. So they're not picking up?
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, for the most part, most of them aren't picking up. I'm just not getting a hold of them.
Are you dropping voicemails in?
I do a filter when it goes to voicemail. The voicemail gets dropped, but not for all the ones that are like unanswered. So
Okay. And so what's the main issue here?
like I said, I'm just going through a lot of leads, and like a lot of the people aren't picking up, right? So I'm just wondering if I'm doing it the right way. If I should obviously stop after like 3 times, maybe call them.
Have you called your own number and see if it's scam likely?
So I don't think it is. I mean, I can do it.
Well, call and
but
see.
no, for sure.
What carrier do you have?
I think it's a AT&T.
Okay, that should pop up. My team, it's like I have T-Mobile. It'll pop up pretty quick.
Right.
So
yeah. So I mean, I have batch dialer, and like they give you all the like it says if your phone is not a scam or not, right? So they have that feature, which is pretty nice. But like I said, like I'm calling these people, and obviously I'm using like a 10-line dialer, sometimes 3-line dialer, depending on like how quickly people
do
pick up.
3-line. Do not do 10.
Okay, 3-line. Got it.
If you do
well,
10,
I'm
you're
doing
gonna
the
be scammed.
10-line. Oh, really?
That's the
Okay.
main
Well, that
issue,
makes
dude.
sense.
I did a whole
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
on 10 DLC.
Right.
The way the
Okay.
carriers on batch works, I always tell people to do 3-line because
Mhm.
it's lines divided by it's the carriers have an algorithm. It depends how your average length per call. When
Mhm.
using 10 lines, it's like it's too much. I only do 3.
Got it.
And
Okay.
drawing for dollars, man, it shouldn't be over 10. It should be 3.
Right. Well, yeah, for the driving for dollars, I'm doing 3, but for the tired landlords, like it's just sometimes I'm waiting like literally like 10, 20 minutes for someone to pick up, and then I'm like, well, I might as well just do a 10-line dialer, right? And so this was actually before, just to clarify, I started in the Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Palm Beach, West Palm Beach area, and I know that's a bigger
Definitely a
market.
problem.
Yeah, so now I'm going to obviously smaller counties.
What market are you in?
Well, right now I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and West Palm.
Yeah, no, man.
Got it.
I don't cold call in Palm Beach County. Now, there's some there are some markets that specifically do work. But no, man. Like dude, they're so hit already. It's gonna be terrible, man.
No, I mean, I've kind of learned that mistake. So I have some leads from it. I'm just following up, but I'm actually ditching those markets. I'm really going more like.
Where are you drawing for dollars?
Well, I'm doing it virtually, and currently, well, I've done Fort Lauderdale, like Broward County, but now I'm doing other
Where in
counties
Broward?
like, well, Pompano.
Pompano. I mean, you get a lot of leads in Pompano, man.
Yeah.
I would do Deerfield Beach. That's a good. Like if I have to drive for dollars, I'd do Deerfield Beach.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm doing other counties. Like I said, I'm trying Pasco. I'm trying like those kind of smaller counties, like what you're saying, suburbs, but not, super big, like big markets. So I'm doing that now, but I started that maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And like I said, the past 3 months I've been working on the big markets, and I'm like, hey, why am I not getting these deals? And then now I'm okay, now I got to go more virtual, smaller markets. So yeah.
Try a smaller market and see if you're having the same problem, and then report back. That's honestly my best advice.
Okay, got it. And so, like, just to give me like a rough estimate of what I should be doing when I'm cold calling, like, I'm using a 3-line dialer. I'm cold calling these, leads. How many people should I be reaching? Like, how many people should be picking up in general? Like, because sometimes, like I've said, I'm calling these people and I'm just not getting as much traction as I want.
4,134.
Okay, what do you mean?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Okay, got it.
There's no number of people that should pick up, right? Like if you do 1,000 probates, you're gonna be plenty full, right? If you do 1,000 high equity, you're gonna be not enough, right? Depends on the list, man. Like 1,000 driving for dollars, you're fine, man. One thing I would tell you, how you skip tracing?
Batch.
Yeah, those numbers are fine then. Bro, it depends on the list, man. That's all I could tell you. Like
Mhm.
at the end of the day, it comes back to the list and the market. So you asked me the first question, your problem's in your bad market
Right.
that everyone's already hitting up.
Mhm.
Every call you've done have already been called probably 10 times that week.
Yeah.
Not a good list, right?
Right. No,
That's the
for
truth.
sure. Yeah. Yeah. I'll do the virtual driving in the other smaller markets, and I'll do the triple line, which I've been doing. And, maybe I'll text blast the ones who haven't, but yeah. Okay. Cool. And then, yeah, someone I'm working on for a deal. It's a property that's like a trash property. And she has like 40 to $48,000 worth of liens on there. And she was telling me, I gave her, my offer or whatever. And she was like, no, you can apply for the amnesty program and you can get the lien reduced.
Okay.
She isn't taking care of it clearly, but she thinks that $45,000 to $50,000 can be pretty much wiped off. Obviously, given back to
What
her
kind of
in the
lien?
offer.
Again?
So I don't remember exactly, but it was a 3-bedroom house, but now it's a 4-bedroom. The 4th bedroom was a garage, but she wasn't supposed to build that garage. So I think that's the big one.
Is it code? How does
I'm
someone figure
assuming-
out?
I'm assuming it's code. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. You can negotiate those pretty easy. But here's the cool part. You're not going to negotiate it unless you get under contract. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so
No,
you're
but
not
I'm
going to
saying-
negotiate for free.
But let's say I offer her like 300 and she's like, no, you can give me 40,000 more because that lien can be completely taken away through the amnesty program. So she's saying, oh, you can offer me more because if you go to call lien services in Miami County or whatever, you can get that reduced. And I did call the lien services in Miami and they're like, yeah, you can, if you can fix up the property, make it look nice,
That'd be great. Julian, this is going to tell the seller that here's what I'm going to do. I can reduce it for you. Here's the cool part. Ready? You're going to get that 40,000 wiped off. All we need to do is just show that you put the thing back and you spent the $10,000 putting it back to its regular condition. And then I'll be ready to go. So are you ready to do that right now? Oh, you're not willing to put the 10K in to switch everything back and do the construction? Well, what are we going to do here, Mrs. Seller? That's the conversation, right? Code's not going to write it off unless it's done. One thing code does do is if you are buying the property, they will let go of the lien to a certain extent until they can show it and relieve the lien. So one example here is a code violation deal I did locally here where it was like 20K. We reduced it to like 3, okay? And then they paused the code violation for 3 months while the cash buyer fixed up the property, showed that it was all fixed up and there's no more code violation after. And so the code's not going to let up unless it gets fixed. They have amnesty, but you got to fix the problem.
Right.
And she's not going to fix the problem.
Right.
So,
and so, for instance, like, let's say, okay, I think it can be reduced. I'll be in contract for, $40,000 more, and then I'll find a cash buyer and say, hey, this is all you have to do, fix the issue, and then obviously that lien will be taken off. Can I also do that, or do cash buyers don't like those types of things, buying properties with liens?
most cash buyers don't care about liens because it's not their problem. It won't be their problem unless they fix it up. Some don't, some like them. It really depends. Most cash buyers are fine with it because they're going to fix the issue.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Cool.
It's hard for
yeah.
code enforcement to figure out that you put an extra bedroom in a house. That's actually kind of impressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, the property looks like trash. I think she wants too much for it, but she said that, and I kind of just called Lean and I tried to figure it out. And then I'm like, okay, what if I have it under contract and then no cash buyers would want to buy the property with a lien? But I guess the cash buyer will probably want to know what it's for and stuff like that. And
yeah,
if they're going to fix and flip the property anyways, then obviously that code violation is going to go away, right? So I guess it's a win-win for everyone technically.
Yeah.
Cool. And then you talk a lot about government lists. Are you talking specifically like government lists or the ones you find like online? Because I do a lot of my lists through PropStream.
Go through
Our government-
freewholesaling.com. It's all in there. So probates, code violations, water shutoffs, fire damage properties, arrest records. They're all in there.
Got it. Okay, cool. And then, yeah, that was my last question. Yeah. Thanks so much,
Go
Zach.
after it, man. Go after the
Appreciate
arrest record, dude. Fire damage,
after-
all.
Go after the
Dude,
what?
Go after all of them, man.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm excited because, like I said, I'm like, oh my gosh, I spent the last 3 months in these big counties, and then I'm
Well, you
like,
know
all right, I
why?
went out. Yeah.
Because you never talked to me one-on-one before you did any of this.
For
That's on
There
you,
you go.
man. I would have answered you. I would have talked to you. I would have said the same exact thing 3 months ago.
sure. Yeah.
I hate it
I
when
don't-
people come up to me and say it after the fact. Not because
Oh.
I'm mad at them. I'm just mad at the situation because I could have solved it. So
No, I
this is
know.
why I
I'm
do
just
the
looking.
one-on-ones, man. That's why I do it.
No, for sure, man. Should have done that.
You're
Thanks
good,
so
man.
much, Zach. Really appreciate it.
All right, can't go in the past.
Yeah. All right. Bye-bye.
Boom. All right, we're gonna go to Christian. Christian, what is up?
How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. How are you?
Doing awesome. So,
Awesome, bro.
yeah, first off, so I put a comment up earlier that you already kind of touched base on. I had originally gone
Okay.
with high equity vacant list, and I'm in a pretty high price area. I'm in Southern California,
Okay. Where?
Riverside County.
Okay.
So I kind of hit that list. I got 1,300 hits to contact. I've been contacting them, and it
Terrible list for that market.
yeah, I kind of figured that now.
So Rick told you to pull that list on the one-on-one?
No, I haven't gotten a one-on-one. I was going through some videos, and like you had said earlier, maybe I got some confusion.
Yeah, you probably went through a direct mail video. That's the only way we ever preach it.
Mhm.
You should have seen my dude. I get a one-on-one from someone from San Bernardino, Riverside, Inland Empire all the time. And the ones that do deals there versus the ones that don't always come down to government lists and drawing for dollars.
So that's what I did today, because I kind of felt like I was hitting a dead end, and I was getting super
That's what
frustrated.
they all do.
You know, I'm a private contractor, so I work when I want, and so I've been at home making phone calls and getting nowhere. So
Yeah.
today I sent out the request to the city. I sent out a request to the county and everything for all of the code violations over the past 60 days. So just waiting to get something back from them with that. So with this kind of market, obviously you're a big fan with code violations. You think that's a much better list to go after?
Government lists. Yes.
Awesome. And that's the area I live in, where my house is. I'm one of the only streets in this whole area that isn't 55 plus. And
Really?
I've been driving for dollars, looking at places that are sitting vacant, falling apart. And I started realizing there's a lot of probate in this area as well.
Probates are great, man. I'm telling you right now, straight, like there's different pockets in it. Like, for example, like if I would pull probates, you got to get a right city for the probate in SoCal. Like Hemet, amazing city for it.
Yep.
Now, if you go to like Riverside's gonna be okay, but like you gotta go like certain markets that like it's not as insane in the Inland Empire, blah. Because I talk to 18, 19-year-old kids that are like bragging about checks in there, and I say, how do you get that deal? 90% of them trying for dollars are a government list. That's it. They're not cold calling the high equity because they can't even afford it. So I can only tell you what I know because I don't live there.
Right.
The ones that are doing successful from what I teach, they're doing those two things. And most of it's all from cold calling. Some SMS actually, but mostly from a lot of them from code violation lists too. So that's what I can tell you.
Okay.
In Ontario. I think people are doing deals in Ontario too.
Yeah, that's a pretty good area. And where I'm at, like I said, it's 55 plus. It's a lot of older people, and I'm seeing places that are going into probate left and right, and it's typically going to a family member that lives somewhere in Virginia.
It's the best, man.
But yeah, other than that, the other thing I was looking at is obviously Southern California. Costs of houses are insane. Now, is that something that you find is typically starting out something to try to stay away from, is these high cost houses, or does that number really not matter if you can find a good deal?
It doesn't matter if you find a good deal. There's less of them, and that's the truth. So I prefer for virtual going under 250. But you can make it work. Like I'll deals where I lock it up for 300 and make like 150K. There's not a lot of those. Like I'm not doing 50 of those a month. Right? I just can't. There's not enough of those. But I'll scoop those up. But most of those are probates, like high problematic situations. So you can make them work, man. I would focus on your local market and then maybe to go virtual and like do 50-50. But I would focus on doing the government list in your market first. That would probably give you the best chance of success because people are doing deals. There's a ton of houses there. So yeah.
Awesome. One other question I had, I'm sure you guys probably cover in a video somewhere. You guys kind of covered everything.
Oh yeah.
So I'm running PropStream. Another thing I've been looking at is pre-foreclosure lists, things like that. How do you find out when those properties would be going to auction?
Either you can just look up on the public records of the name, and then usually there's an auction date on there, or PropStream usually pops it up too.
Copy that. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, that was basically it. I just wanted to make sure. So my plan here is now going after these government lists, and then other things I was just going to throw out an email campaign or some things like that.
Man.
See what I can pick up as scraps or something while I'm doing the government lists.
Yeah. Christian, this all comes down to what I told Julian. You should have talked to me before you did it, man. Come on. I don't bite, dude. I try to help. Oh, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. You guys are doing some awesome work.
But yeah, hop on. Let me know what happens, dude. I'm here to help. So you know what works. Go after it.
Sounds great, my man. Thanks for everything.
Right. Keep it up, dude. All right. Boom. All right. We got one more, and then we got to hop off. Remember, guys, hop on tomorrow. We'll pop it up. But I got one question to Sean.
Hey.
Sean.
How's it going, man?
How did Jay get the deal in pre-foreclosure in San Diego and you did not?
I don't know. I actually called someone. I got a call back.
What's going on with that?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to call the numbers. I used your video on the niche lists because I'm in San Diego, so I got to narrow that down to a workable area. I'm full time now. By the way, I haven't got my first deal yet, but I'm going full time. You cut my strings. So I have one question for you before we get started, though.
Yeah.
What's one good song for wholesaling motivation?
A McGregor walkout song.
Okay. I've heard that one before.
I'll say that one.
All right. So my question is, since I've gone full time, I'm trying to find ways to stay busy and productive during the day. I'm trying to stay away from driving for dollars a little bit. I've done it a little bit. I don't exactly want to cut it all the way. Obviously, that's a good source. Gas prices are crazy out here. Even at Costco, when I get my discount, it's like $6 a gallon. So
I get it.
So I'm trying to. I got a stupid V6 I'm trying to get rid of. But anyway, what do you recommend to do all day to take up your time to be productive until that 2 to 7 magic hour happens? What do you do to stay busy and productive?
Holy arrest record list.
Holy arrest record list. Okay. I've tried doing that in San Diego. I don't know. Most of these government records that aren't from like little tiny cities, they don't want to turn over stuff, huh?
The county. Call the sheriff's office for the county.
Okay, just call them up. Just ask them.
They're not going to arrest you for asking.
Yeah, no, I just
private research, right?
Yeah, well, I've tried looking up. I did like the, for instance, I tried doing the water utility thing, and they did the whole,
California won't shut water off.
Yeah, they didn't want to do that.
It's
so
not even a list.
So I mean, calling is, and that's not going to take up a good like 8 to 10 hours every day, though. I mean, I know that you said you don't need to do that, huh?
Pull the arrest.
Just pull the arrest. That's it.
Pull the arrest record list. San Diego Sheriff.
But for at least 5 days a week, how am I? I don't think that's going to take up that much time.
Pull the probates. Pull the fire damage properties. Pull the lien.
I mean, I used your niche lists, and I didn't get too many because, I mean, I got like maybe 50 properties pulled from San Diego on PropStream, using your guide from the niche lists video.
Yeah. So
The only thing I haven't done with that is because you guys recommend not calling pre-foreclosures, and you guys recommend door knocking or sticky notes.
yeah.
So that's one thing I haven't done yet. And then I did a driving for dollars list, and I didn't honestly. I just didn't get too many answers from calling. Yeah, most of the people did not answer the phone.
All right.
So I'm not sure. I'm just trying to figure out things to do to stay productive and busy, because I know you don't need to spend 8 to 10 hours. I saw your other video, like only like 4 or 5 hours, a week or something like that. 4 to 10 hours a week can get you started. But I'm trying to boost my start. I'm trying to hit the ground running.
All right. Well, here's another one. Like I legit, while you were talking, I just pulled this up. I just went to the calls for service. This is a live tracker from the San Diego Sheriff's Department of all the active calls being done right now. So right now there's an active argument disturbance on 1600 Live Oak Road. Domestic violence on 200 Selmix Road. Battery. Ooh, there's a fraud. That's a good one. There's a hit and run. Assault with. I'm not going to mention that one. Like, dude, look at this. Like,
so these are arrests then?
No, these are just calls.
Oh,
but, like,
okay.
you see the red here for like DV.
Right.
Hey, it might be a
Violence,
good one. Like, they're probably going to get arrested for that. Theft.
I see.
Right? Like petty theft. You're definitely getting arrested for that. 900 Harness Street. Is this person the owner? Like this is like worst case scenario stuff,
Right. So
And
these
it's
are people
live.
you're saying they should just ask them if they, because do these are their, what if they don't own the property? What if they're just renting? Well, they're going to be leaving it if they get arrested.
Look it up, dude. Look it up.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I've been on that website before, but I haven't looked for that. I don't know if it's available.
Bro,
obviously it is.
I just popped it up, dude.
Yeah, you're right. Obviously it is. So I'll just have to figure out how to find it.
All right,
Okay.
man. I'm telling you, if
All
you're
right, well-
bored, like I promise you, I don't think anyone's going after the active call list and then calling that person, like, right? I don't think anyone in San Diego is doing that. So
Okay.
if you want to get deals that no one else is doing, you got to do what other people aren't willing to do.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it before, so I'll keep on looking. Thank you very much.
All right, man. Keep it up, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, but hey, guys, you're going to be going after it, right? I'm literally just going after active police records, and like someone's like, I can't find out. Here's the active police record. So, guys, this is day one of the virtual summit, I guess, of scaling up your business. So, guys, don't have any excuses. If you want to hop on the one-on-one, guys, me and Rick will hop on, so we'll get to everyone else tomorrow. Appreciate it, guys. Do me a big favor. Smash that like button. Subscribe. Go to freewholesaling.com, and see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. with